It's been nearly 2 years since Apple released the Leather Link Band, and I bought these on day one. Let's see how they hold up over time in my long-term review. Welcome everybody to Apple Insider. It is Andrew here, and I have two versions of Apple's Leather Link that I bought when Apple released the Apple Watch Series 6, which was back in the fall of 2020. I wear these things almost every day. These are like my go-to bands of choice, primarily the yellow one. It has a little bit more wear on it. So while these don't have 2 years of wear, I'd say it easily has about a year of wear on this band itself. And I was very curious to how this held up, especially since I know a lot of you have tried some of the third-party band options. I have as well, with less than stellar results. Now, let's go over some features of these bands and why I think they're so awesome. The Leather Link currently comes in 4 different colorways. Apple does update the colors of the Leather Link just like it updates its other bands. So while I got these ones at the launch of the Series 6, these colors that I have are no longer available, but they have other similar colors. So currently you can choose between dark cherry, sequoia green, midnight blue, and golden brown. I really like this kind of like sunflower yellow, something Apple called it, and another dark blue one. I liked these a lot, but again, Apple swaps them as they come out with seasonal colors, so you're always going to find new ones basically every year, and I anticipate when the Apple Watch Series 7 comes out, more colors will be available. These cost $99, which is not cheap, but it's also not the expensive bands that Apple offers in its lineup. They come in both 41mm and 45mm sizes, so they fit the small and large versions of Apple Watch, and of course they're compatible with previous versions of Apple Watch, so if you don't have the Series 7 or Series 6, they'll also work with Series 5, like the 42 and 44mm versions, the 38, 40, 41mm versions, all of that. They come in 2 different sizes as well, so not just the 41 and 45mm versions, but they have different lengths. So there's a small medium and a medium large. Personally, for me, I went with the small medium. I feel like normal sized wrists, and I'm pretty much in the middle of being able to fit the small medium or maybe the medium large, but I'm pretty happy with the small medium. There's a good amount of overlap and they feel secure on my wrist. Never once did I regret going with the small medium. The medium large, when I tried it on, it got right up to the edge, and I didn't like that. So the small medium fit just a little bit better. I was on the smaller side of the 2 length options. Apple says they use a Rue Granada leather on its Leather Link bands, which is manufactured in France. Now, if you are not familiar with Granada leather, basically it's a very strong leather. It has this very strong top finish that makes it quite durable, which is pretty ideal for something you're wearing on your wrist and hitting into different surfaces. So I think that's a good choice here, and it does feel like a soft leather. Compared to many of the third-party leather bands that I've tried, the Leather Link knockoff versions they can get for $15, $20 on Amazon, these magnets feel stronger and the leather is a higher quality. These are more flexible, they're more comfortable when I wear them, they're less stiff. The third-party ones tend to be stiffer and the magnets aren't quite as strong. I've even seen some people who have the third-party ones, they'll go up to something metal and it'll like open up and connect to that metal surface and just strip the watch off their wrist. I've never had that happen with Apple's Leather Link bands, and I try to stay away from those third-party knockoff versions, though again, they're a lot cheaper, $15 versus $100. So there's a huge price delta between the two. The real question though is how these hold up over time. They're $100, so they need to last, right? Well, I'm pretty happy. After 2 years of almost daily wear, these things are almost good as new. They're just a little bit dirty. So here you can see again my sunflower golden yellowish one that I like a lot, that especially because it's a lighter tone, there's a bit of dirt, dinge that has collected on here as I set it down. And at first I was worried that was like going through the leather, like it was actually wearing the leather down, but in reality it just kind of smoothed out that leather and picked up a little bit of dirt. And I'm going to even show you how to clean it. I've got some leather conditioner here, as well as some moist paper towels, and we're going to try to clean it up, and I'll show you what it looks like after kind of a quick cleaning. But yeah, and then if we want to look at the blue one as well, this one still, it has some dirt on it, but it's not quite as prevalent as the golden one is, just because it's a darker color, so you can't really see it as much. But yeah, these things have held up incredibly well. 2 years, almost daily use. Incredibly happy with how these things have aged. Let's go ahead and clean them up and see how they look then. So like I said, I have the 2 different versions of the band here. This golden yellow one that I like a whole lot, and this blue one. I'm just gonna kind of lay them out, unconnect them from one another, put them on the table here. You can definitely see the wear marks. And the yellow one got even worse because I actually wore it out to a sand pit in Colorado, the sand dunes, and a lot of metal ferrite particles got stuck in between the bands, which left these long lines, these streak lines from the metal ferrite in there. And I would pull it off, and I would, the band was on, and I'd pull it off my wrist, and that metal would leave marks there. So not super ideal, but also not like a typical situation for people. But first, let's wet paper towel. And as I kind of rub on some of these links, it comes off pretty easily. Like a lot of this metal, these dark colors will come off. And if we want to go beyond a paper towel, I have this leather conditioner. Let's see if this helps. This isn't actually a leather cleaner, just a leather conditioner. I got this one from Nomad. It just came with a wallet that I bought. And let's go ahead and just put it on here and see how this works too. So I've been going at it for a little bit here, and you can see some of the dingier ones here towards the bottom, and then like this one here at the top. This was almost completely grimy. This one here in between my fingers, that was pretty rough, but just a little bit of rubbing with some leather cleaner, it took almost everything off. So this is going to take me a little bit to do, to run down the rest of these links, but I've never cleaned this before. And even just using a paper towel, some leather conditioner already helped quite a bit, but it's going to take a little more work to get those off. But yeah, this is all just basically dirt that will come off, and it doesn't seem to have affected the leather in any way. The leather on this is not stretched at all. It still holds its original form very well. It hasn't been scratched or anything like that, and none of the color has come off. That is still just dirt right on top. Same thing goes for the blue one. Everything looks really nice. Like I'm very impressed. This looks great after this much wear. So that's it. After 2 years, I am beyond ecstatic of the quality of Apple's Leather Link. These are one of the most comfortable bands I've used. They're so easy to adjust, take on and off, work with a variety of different chargers, whether you want nightstand mode or around something. Very easy to do. They have come in multiple sizes, fit both sizes of Apple Watch, and Apple refreshes them regularly with new colors. They're not super cheap, but they are less than a lot of Apple's other bands, and they're just a small upgrade from things like the braided solo loop or the sport bands that Apple already offers that sit almost at like 50 bucks. So it's up to you guys, but I want to know what you think. Let me know down below in the comments, or better yet, on Twitter at Andrew_OSU. And if you want to grab a leather link for yourself, there's some links for them down below in the description and some deals if I can find them. But yeah, let me know, and I'll see you guys in another video.